Hello, and welcome to the first episode of Canon Creates Derpy Superheroes. My webcomic of Fred the Mustard Packet has a story arc in which he's creating derpy superheroes. And I don't think that would surprise anyone if I were to tell the people that the derpy superheroes that I create, Fred, have been derpy superheroes that I've had in my own sketchbooks for decades. So here's the thing is I create derpy superheroes. I'm not that great with it or whatever. Feel free to chat with me as I'm about to show off some of the derpy superheroes. So on this episode, we're going to kind of focus on the ones that have already appeared on Fred the Mustard Packet and things that he has made, which I have made. Now, here's a page. Now, the Shopping Cart Avenger is a character I've had since I made that up when I was in high school. The Mighty Marshmallows of Justice, I did a kind of a comic book club, creation club with some kids, and I made them and Pine Tree Man as a result of that. Megavark, he used to have a different name, but Megavark is he's the strongest aardvark in the world. I actually have an animatic of him in his former name somewhere on YouTube here. Sack of Hammers Lad, he has this sack of hammers shown here, and again, this is something else I created while I was in high school or junior high. I kind of model him after my brother a little bit. He throws hammers, and he has the sack of eternal hammers, but that's also his weakness because it slows him down. He has to constantly be dragging this cosmic sack of hammers that never runs out of hammers, but he's always tied to it. A few years ago, I made up an idea of Powerfish. I've been wanting to make these pirate comics for a while of Pegface the Pirate, Susan the Reverse Mermaid, and Captain Neckbeard. Susan wasn't with them, but Pegface and Captain Neckbeard were actually part of a puppet show I did once. I made them up for a puppet show. Cross Guardian, I created him when I got to be cross guard for a school. And the Mighty Marshmallows of Justice, as I've said before, we've got Sugar Rush, Sugar Shock. We have Ocean Mellow, or I might have changed his name to Sea Mellow, or I don't know, Aqua Mellow. Here's the Marsh Mauler, Sugar High, and then Queen Brick. Well, I just made her up for this, just to give another goofball character. Now, when I taught a class of kids about comic books and superheroes and horror, I actually created this character to be a horror character. This is a character that I made into a superhero for Fred's derpy superheroes thing. I made him to be a horror character to be the result of a lab experiment gone wrong. But what we have here is the superhero known as Gator Slap. Enjoy Gator Slap. He's a man with alligators for arms. Now, with this derpy superhero, even when superheroes are derpy, people ask me, how do you draw like that? Well, I'm going to put some red lines on Gator Slap to kind of show you how I do draw things like that. kind of starts as a stick figure. So what I drew in red here is what he looked like on the blank sheet of paper as I was fleshing him out. So it starts with a stick figure, collarbone, hip bones, arms, legs. His arms are weird because they're gators, and some space for the head. Then I get into, I build the forms out of it. So I make them look a little 3D. Give more form to the figure. And form just means taking the shapes and making them look more 3D. Okay. So then the drawing starts to look like that. And I like to do different angles of a figure 8 to figure out feet. And then after that page, then I kind of get into little details. Get up there. There we go. Okay. So his face is like our faces. I drew guidelines there to show that our ear lines up with our eyes, and the bottom of the ear lines up with the bottom of our nose. So guide the face accordingly. And also, if you want your character to not be weird, the middle of the eye lines up to the corner of the mouth. Middle eye, corner of the mouth. So if you're ever having trouble with portrait drawing, line to ear, that tells you where the nose goes, where the eyes go. The mouth lines up with the center of the eye. Then I add in the details, which I've already done. I can finish off this foot. And yeah, that figure 8 thing is kind of a nice little cheat that I picked up somewhere. But don't feel bad about cheating. Every single art technique is a cheat. They're all cheats. So there. Okay, so Gator Slap is now beyond the page. He has feet. So here we go, guys. We have Gator Slap. He's a derpy superhero. I have so many more. I don't really think I'm going to make a whole lot of superhero comics. So maybe this could be my way of getting all my superhero ideas out there, because this Fred the Mustard Packet thing got out a lot of my superhero ideas. It's great. I just uploaded page 83, which gets released tomorrow on Webtoons. So make sure to check out Fred the Mustard Packet on Webtoons. And I'm here to also make an announcement that with the end of this story, we've created a trilogy of Fred the Mustard Packet story arcs. So Fred is going to go back to his original purpose. Single serving size comics. A joke a week comic, or joke a day comic, you know, that kind of comic. So he's going back to that once Derpy Superheroes wraps up, which it's on pace to wrap up by the end of 2018, beginning of 2019, right around there, right in the winter. And then we'll start off 2019 with single serving gag cartoons of Fred the Mustard Packet. Thank you so much.